Hey guys, good to see you again. All right, now we're moving on to the more practical part. I'm going to go through some tips and techniques. For this session, we'll do Facebook and LinkedIn, and then we'll do Twitter the next session, and we'll see how we go after that. So, tips and techniques. I just want to summarize again by saying social media is a powerful public health tool that is easy, free, and available for surgeons to use to enhance personal practice and patient care. As a surgeon, I choose to use any tool in my toolbox to help my patients live better lives. Social media is just one of those tools. I want you to be able to see that social media does not have to be time consuming, it doesn't have to be expensive. It is something that you can invest in, and just by having an online presence, that may be the gateway to a lot of your patients finding their rapport with you and finding engagement with you. Let's go to some very basic, direct, practical stuff. So if you're starting off, and you haven't got any social media account right now, the first thing that I would recommend is getting yourself a new email address where all your social media can be linked to that email address. It may not be good to be using perhaps a university address, email address or something to that effect, because you don't want all the social media emails to be in the same inbox as all of your other official emails. So set up an email account with whatever service you prefer, Google, Yahoo, whatever is your preference, and then start setting up all the social media account. Also just start with having a very simple idea about a photograph or just a simple headshot, and then some possible options of either website name or a Twitter handle. And I would recommend using the word MD or doctor or ENT or other ways of defining that you are a professional, because being a professional and having a title there does help a lot in increasing your visibility and also your credibility. And then the first four that I would recommend is going to be LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and perhaps a blog or a website. Some of these things you probably just need a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning to set things up, and then maintenance would be low key in the future. And then if you do have time, you can go on into YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, or Periscope. All right, let's go to the Facebook now. I'm going to show you my account on Facebook. Hopefully you'll be able to see. So just go to facebook.com, create a new account, and then set it up. If you already have your own private account, you might want to set up your own public account, and then you start by setting up your own profile. And just remember, your profile is personal. And then you can set up a page. If you haven't got a page yet, you can see on these buttons on the left side that there is a button that says create page. Now I've set up my page to be Dr. Eric Levi, and that's my personal page. So when I go to my page, this is very simple. A picture of me was basically taken by my wife at home on a white background, and I just ran it through Instagram for filter. This was just a simple button that I found, and that was nice. I took a picture of it on the floor of our house, and then just a simple what we call a simple app called WordSwag. There are multiple other apps that you can use to just design simple lettering or letterhead. That's me. And then on the side you can essentially find categories of your business. It's going to be health, medical, pharmaceutical, and then you can then add the about part on this side. I put there very simply, ear, nose, and throat, hair, neck surgeon. You can, if you've got a practice, you can add phone numbers, hours, locations, website, and other things. And then once you set it up all that way, then the hard task of adding content. Now you can start off with just some very basic information and some pictures, pictures that you've probably taken in the past, very simple, just to allow a presence. Now most patients will find your information, the about information, to be the most critical part, because that's how they're going to contact you, that's how they're going to reach you. Having a map there is excellent. With regards to the content, my content is basically linked to my blog. So every time I share a blog, I also put up the link on this Facebook page. When I've got a nice little picture, I can put it up as well. And again, this is something that you can do perhaps once a week, on a Friday afternoon, to update that semi-regularly. The amount of work that you put into these things is totally up to you. Some people would put a lot of content, others don't. But this is a simple landing page. Now moving on to the other thing as well is, of course, in your personal profile, you can be following professionals. In my personal profile, I follow lots of professionals or groups such as Mayo Clinic and other things, St. Vincent's Health and other campaigns, for example. And those are just things that you can do to improve your presence online. Specifically now about LinkedIn, like I said earlier, LinkedIn is essentially your CV and work experience online. So here's what you can do. Again, go to linkedin.com. You can register and set up your LinkedIn profile. I'm going to just enter my LinkedIn profile. So you're having a look at what I see on my LinkedIn page. You start again, I use the same picture. You put up a simple picture, you add a simple descriptor, you add your locations, and then you can start language, volunteering opportunities, a summary or a simple bio, and then your work experience, all the various places that you've worked, all of your previous education. Again, you can populate all these things very easily in half an hour. All the stuff that you have done, all the skills that you have, various other things like volunteer experiences, certifications. You can then follow groups, you can follow people, and then once you do that, you can start looking for people to follow, adding contact, and usually they would suggest various different people on the basis of your professional network. These are the people that have been suggested to me, and most of them are essentially surgeons, physicians, anesthetists, medical students, medical colleges, and just by connecting with them, you are creating a network, and some of these people will actually, just like Facebook, add some information, add a link, add their data or their papers and their presentation. These are just examples of how you can leverage some of these connections. It is amazing that through LinkedIn, I have had a couple of wonderful job offers from private hospitals back home, because they see my profile, they see what I do, they see my experiences, and it fits with their general image of their practice. And so networking opportunities are definitely one of the strengths of being on LinkedIn. And again, this is a professional networking relationship. Your patients might like you or follow you on Facebook, but usually you don't find too many patients on LinkedIn. What you'll find is a network of professionals. So that's for Facebook and LinkedIn. Having an online presence in these two platforms are excellent. Next, we'll talk about Twitter.